Ahoy hoy and welcome to Players and Book, a live play D&D game. I'm going to throw it right to the next person.
Hi, everybody. Welcome in. I am Katie Downey, aka Goblin
God.
Katie, your friendly
They're starting
neighborhood,
soon. Oh, there we are.
friendly neighborhood shenanigator, or shenanigoblin, shenanigoblin. Real quick, we want to say thank you to our mods, Billith, Strike Red Kite, and we also want to give a big shout out to Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. They have provided us with a code to get a free Electrum chest in game. So you can go ahead, go in the game, and type in blow fool ends. It could be like, don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a very normal code this week.
I know.
Or just a really terrible fart joke.
Now, we did get 2 codes for today, so if this one doesn't work, please let me know, and we'll use the other one.
Why do we have 2 codes?
I don't know.
Is the other one more fun?
We were very generous.
The other one was less fun, actually.
We got somatic components for the 2014 and the 2024 PHP.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
But that about does it for me. Next.
Oh, hi, it's me, Lauren Urban. You can find all the stuff I'm doing at lauren-urban.com. There's a whole bunch of stuff happening this week, but the new thing is on Friday, I'm in a stream that is starting up that is called Shadows Over Baldur's Gate, where a bunch of us are going to be playing characters that are literally showing up at the end of Baldur's Gate 3 and doing stuff from there. I'm playing a dragonborn Fey ranger from the Feywild who is showing up and is just amused by everything. So kind of, in a lot of ways, the exact opposite. The character I'm playing today, Fairlos, who is a Tabaxi cleric, a Tempest cleric, who's very serious and is now in charge of a ship and is... I'm not nervous at all. Absolutely not.
I'm sure it's fine.
It's fine.
Totally
It's fine.
It's totally
Great.
fine.
What's the
Gonna
worst
be
that could
okay.
happen?
No, I didn't say that.
Our DM
listen.
cannot say that to
Yeah.
us. Like,
Listen.
that's just not.
This is
I just
not the
imagine
time.
the God in the heart all of a sudden as we're pulling out from the dock. What's the worst that could happen? And you
Yeah, he's
just
talking to
watch
his
as
wife.
Fairloads-
They're both watching you, and he's just like, yeah, I think everything's going to be fine. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right?
All of the fur on Fairlos's back just goes.
Stands up.
Mhm. Claws sink into the actual ship side. And she's
How
like,
did these gouges get into the banister here?
I need to have a talk with somebody later.
Oh my god, Essequa's like talking to the ship and it just starts going, ow, ow, ow.
Hello. I am Jen Kretschmer. You can find me on the interwebs as @DreamWisp. I'm on Twitch as DreamWispJen. This week I will be on Dungeon Scrollers for their Extra Life marathon, playing some Shadow of the Demon Lord. We are continuing a game from last year where things went really badly, and my paladin, who is really bad at impulse control, no longer will have her guide to hold her back, and it's gonna go really well for everybody, I'm sure. So please join us. It is a late night game. It starts at 9 p.m. Pacific. But check out their channel and socials for all of the information. It's gonna be a really, really fun game. Last year was a ton of fun. So I'm very excited to revisit those characters in that world. It's fun, Halloween, scary adventuring.
And thank you for reminding me because, yeah, I'll be
you
there
have-
too because I'm playing in a game on Saturday and I am producing a game on Sunday. And I tell you more about that, but A, I forgot about it, and B, we're still figuring characters out. So go watch.
Yeah,
Sorry,
just
Jen.
keep an eye on the Dungeon Scrollers channel. They're friends of
Yeah.
ours on this channel. We love them all.
They are
And
good beans.
they'll be their Extra Life marathons are spectacular. Please come support them. Also, I will just remind everyone, please take a moment to check your voter registration. Have a plan for election day if you are in the US, for getting yourself, your friend, your family out to vote. It's very important. Pay attention to your down ticket races. They're also very important. You can check your registration at vote.gov and make that happen, because elections are important. And down ticket races are also very important in terms of shaping your daily life. So accomplish your civic duty. Yay.
Yay!
Today I will be playing your
Oh yeah.
philosophical tsunami druid, Rivulet.
I forgot to mention, I will be playing Dominique, or is she, the Triton College of Eloquence bard.
Or is she?
Or is
Or
she?
is she? It's funny because every time you say Triton
that-
College of Eloquence, I get confused because there's a community college in my area called Triton College, and I'm like, you're a school?
Well,
As soon as
and
you
now
start saying
I'm
that,
hearing you, I want to see Dominique Orishi, like
I thought that too.
Orishi.
As a name.
That's
Yeah.
Middle
my
name.
last
Yeah.
name.
So
Orishi.
Dominique
Dominique
Orishi.
Orishi Jamal.
Started talking about a Triton College. I was like, wait, I've definitely heard of a Triton College before.
Yep, it's up here in good old Illinois. I don't know where I was going with that. Hi, everybody. I'm Latia Jaquise, and I'm real tired, but that wasn't going to stop me from coming to play this game today. I don't have anything exciting happening this week, I don't think. But if I do, you can find it on the interwebs at my website, latiajaquise.com, even though I don't update it. But anyway, today I'm going to be playing Essequa Havenwright, everyone's favorite Dragonborn blade singing wizard, who's just happy to be here, like me, and can talk to ships, and is currently experiencing an existential crisis now that I realize that. I just remembered what happened last week, 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
You are the author of the existential crisis.
I am the author of my own existential crisis. Now I'm about to have one.
I want that to be a song. I feel like that's a song in a musical.
I
Should-
pity
I am
anyone
the
who's got
author
the
of my
patter
existential
song.
crisis. It's me. I get the patter song because they're fun.
They
It's
are
me.
until you have
Hi,
to sing
I'm
them.
the existential crisis. It's me.
I'm Jeremiah Sumerian. I'm also sick, trying to do my best not to cough too loudly on stream here. Of course, you talk about coughing immediately when you have
Oh
to
yeah,
cough.
yeah.
Called it.
I am on the SCP Wiki. I'm a writer there. I do run a YouTube channel that does SCP content. I am the DM, and we're going to get into, first of all, credits, and then our session summary from the last episode. Cartography by Cze and Peku. Cartography by Cze and Peku Sci-Fi. Maps by Luke Stratton. Maps by Eightfold Paper. Music by Tabletop Audio. Character tokens by Greek46. This is new. Custom tokens by Cze and Peku Tokens. Overlays by Brian Podell of Exploding Dice, and custom world map by frecklesketches. Again, thank you to Billith and Strike Red Kite. I know that Katie did it already, but I'm going to say it again. Can't hurt. For moderating for us. And let's dive into the session summary of episode 11 on this, which is episode 12. Episode 11, The Rest is Silence. To die, to sleep perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in this sleep of death, what dreams may come. Hamlet. In universe, by the Bard.
Love
The
it.
second-hand souls convene for dinner. The day before they're scheduled to leave. Charles Moriarty is way ahead in points for the prank war, but through the machinations of the souls, they manage to throw the prank war to Furlos, who is blindsided by this development. Charles is devastated, but congratulates Furlos on the victory. The souls start to feel bad, so they organize an impromptu dance party in the dining hall. There are a lot of smiles to go around. Later that night, the scholar is delivered a letter. It contains well wishes from Soren, Esqui's mentor. The scholar's mentor. That's a mistake on my part. The souls end up going to sleep, and one by one they awaken in a silent dream with freezing rain pouring down. Lightning flashes illuminate the silent city they occupy, showing ghostly visions of citizens. It is Valen, as it was before the fall and the creeping cold. The souls look around and discover the message, "The play's the thing," repeated all over the dream. After a time, they all wake up confused. Discussion is had over the dream, but no conclusions outside of a remembrance of the play Hamlet, from which the quote originates, is had. At breakfast, the vice headmaster hands Essequa some goggles of the night. Afterwards, the souls head down to the docks and register their trading company, officially becoming the Second-Hand Souls. Dr. Whitaker comes down and gives the souls a map, some more information and directions, and then one half of a pair of sending stones before wishing them well. The souls then board the lessons learned and begin to get underway. Charles casts a spell that prevents eavesdropping, and the souls inform the crew of the mission they're on. It is 9:42 a.m. on Hunter's Day, the 18th of Dreams. The sun is still up and will be for quite some time, and deep under the ocean, a triplet of mannequins are looking for their next victim.
That's not concerning at all.
Wait, are they triplets because they are the exact same mannequin, or are they triplets just because they're mannequins?
Time to find out, I suppose.
Well, I don't know anything about that, so I'm just gonna stay on the boat.
You guys ended inside, down on the bottom. The rest of your crew went up and started getting you underway, and you are out sailing on the ocean currently.
Yeah, after I've heard about this existential crisis that the boat has gone through, I'm gonna also head back up and see what I can do to help, because even though Fairlos has kind of become the captain of this ship, she doesn't think she learned how to be a captain from a captain that she really admired, who would not hesitate to just like pick up a mop and do things. So her job is to go up and do whatever needs to be done to help out.
Absolutely. And let's get everyone. I just moved you on the map to the top deck.
Map.
You find Fro is behind the wheel currently.
Oh, look at that token for Crow.
Oh, no. So cool.
Such a handsome man.
He is a big slab of tabaxi, that is true.
I think he looks. No, wait, wrong accent. Sorry. I think he looks perfect.
Well, he is very good at steering a ship as long as he knows where to go. Which reminds me, and I'm going to take the map on over and give him the specific directions to get to the island now that they all know where we're going. And yeah, I'll make sure that he's got on his map where this island is,
Right.
and start to make sure that other people know where this island is on their map, so it's not just us.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
You would think that with all of the advances in magical technology, they would have designed a way for these ships to steer themselves.
Oh, but that takes all the fun out of it.
It's true.
Elizabeth actually raises a finger. They actually do have those, but they're a bit expensive, and
Oh.
you know, it's
Well, now I have a goal.
I'm curious about like whether this is like driving an automatic versus a stick shift, or whether we're talking like automatic cars that just self-driving cars. Like, is it what's the degree of difficulty on this?
I don't know.
make a Arcana check.
Ooh.
Okay.
Katie needs to jump and put in her contacts because she forgot to put them in before we started. So
Go.
I'll be back in a moment.
With a
16.
16, you you know that there actually are levels to it. There is a less expensive, more expensive options, and each one of them makes the ship more and more autonomous. There's even rumors that you could, skip the ocean entirely and just fly around, but you've, never actually got a chance to see one of those before.
Interesting. Like, you've got to think there's got to be ship cruise control, and then just onward.
Yeah, so cool.
Huh.
This
Down the
something
line,
that's
those might be things to consider.
is this something that you can do with your spell that lets you talk to the ship?
I don't think so. I don't know if the ship can move on its own accord, which might also be something that we don't want to ask it until it's kind of got a good shiphold on what it can do and know now.
One existential crisis at a time.
Precisely.
Okay. Dungeon Master, how long
Yes.
is, assuming no problems, and I say that looking up at the gods, how long is it anticipated to take us to get from here to the island?
So if it was a straight line, it would probably just be like a day and a half to 2 days, but you have to go around the islands. You can't go past. I mean, you don't have to, technically. Actually, let me be clear. You do not have to go around the islands if you don't want to. It is just understood that it is extremely unsafe to try and navigate between all of the islands that you've got to get through.
Yeah. So yeah, the going around the safe route.
Yeah, actually, let me answer your question because I realized I gave you, and then I didn't actually answer your question. You take the safe route, probably 4 days.
Okay. Yeah, ideally it is a boring trip. I have no doubt that once we get to the island, things are going to get very interesting, but if we can manage to get there without too many difficulties, I will consider it a win.
Well, you can consider
I like
it a
that.
win, but I would consider it boring, and that seems more like a loss to me.
Yeah,
Well-
you know, you say that until something happens.
Exactly. For travel, I think boarding is the way you always want things to be. Interesting once you arrive at your destination.
And I mean, if Riv says it and the philosopher means it, then I think we should abide by it.
Well, that is fair. That is fair, I suppose.
Dominique, you're really, this is Charles talking, you're really good with words and stuff, right?
I hope so. That is sort of my angle in life.
So I'm trying to come up with a clever name for the spell that I was casting downstairs, right?
Oh, the one that puts
Yeah.
everything secret?
So I came up with Charles's we had some technical difficulties here. We lost a few minutes of video as well. Summary of what you missed. Charles wants to name his spell Charles's Pronoid Cylinder. Dominique suggests Moriarty's Circle of Trust, and Charles uses that name instead because it's way better. And then Dominique goes up into the crow's nest and finds a raven up there. And then we get right back into it. We're back!
There we go.
Assuming everything is
Yay!
all right. As you get to
Yeah,
the
we're
top
here.
of the crow's nest, you look, and at the very top, right above where your flag would be if you had a flag, is a raven just sitting there, kind of looking around.
Oh.
Bonjour.
Ah.
Alright
Actually.
then.
Looking at this raven, knowing a decent amount. Well, I guess maybe not. I'm not that kind of druid so much.
Mm.
Never mind.
I want to. This is very odd to have a raven out at sea like this.
Sure is.
Is
So-
Elizabeth around?
Elizabeth is down next to you. If you guys are all noticing this raven at the same time.
Oh shoot, I forgot to update my spells on here. Tongues would not work to speak to an animal, correct?
No, there's a spell for that called Speak with Animal.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on. No, that won't work.
Looking at this. This raven, does anything seem off about it?
Make a investigation check.
I'm gonna try message. I don't. No, it wouldn't work. 'cause
25.
It doesn't.
It is magical in nature.
I wanna
In
hold
what
it
way?
out and see if.
With a 25, it is a face spirit in the form of a raven.
Oh,
I'm gonna hold my hand out and see if it'll hop onto it.
ma.
All right, that's fair.
Ma.
Would you like to come down and meet everyone?
Ma.
No, you just want to hang out up here?
Ma.
Do you mind if I keep playing?
Ma.
All right then. And I'm going to I'm going to play. Let's see, it's a raven. So I'm going to play something that's. I don't know how to describe it. Like an off-key, jaunty reel.
Ooh, okay. I have already named this raven in my head, by the way. So if we keep it, it's got a name.
Now I need to know the name.
I am
Writing
curious
desk.
Thank you. That's where I went too.
Yes.
So okay.
Here for it.
Spectacular.
I have a note for that in a moment.
I was gonna say, but is it Nevermore? Because
Absolutely writing desk.
Uh, so you're playing your music. Charles is going to look up at you, Katie. No, I'm sorry, Dominique,
Yes.
and say, "Oh, I see you've noticed my familiar.
Oh, this is
Oh.
your friend,
Yeah, that's Alan."
Alan. Alan, nice to meet you. And I mean, it's a familiar. I don't know if they eat, but
They can't eat.
Dominique will she'll pause her song, reach in, pull out some hardtack, and kind of crumble it up and spread it along the rail.
Okay, he's
and
going
then
to
go
come
back to playing.
down. He's going to come down to the rail,
And I will continue to play as I watch the horizon.
fair enough. Anybody else want to do anything else before we sort of move forward in time?
hello, Alan.
Alan!
Can you speak to Alan?
If he'd said Helen, I was immediately going to be like, what?
Of course, that's an Edgar Allan Poe reference, but that's
Yeah.
neither here nor there.
Mhm.
Figured Edgar or Poe was too obvious.
Yeah.
All right. So,
The raven's name is Alan,
yes,
or writing desk.
you guys.
Look, we don't know its true name. It's a fake creature. So, or we do know its true name, and
I'll give
but
the audience.
it goes by Alan.
Yeah, I'll give the audience a little homework here. Come up with an answer to what does a writing desk and
How was a
a
raven like a writing
yeah,
desk?
how is
How
a
is
raven? Yeah,
like a writing desk?
come up with an answer to that isn't Poe wrote on both. My answer is you can start a
Oh.
conspiracy with either.
They both have
Oh.
similar vowels.
You can murder people with both.
I've
Sorry.
got nothing off the cuff.
But in the meantime, that's for
They
the
come in a
audience.
variety of colors
That's fair.
and sizes.
So you guys, it's gonna be like a day ahead. Nothing eventful happens for the first day of your adventure here. But I would like one of you, and you guys can decide amongst yourselves who this will be, to make a survival check for your second day.
I don't
Like-
volunteer myself.
Let me look at see how good I am at them before I offered it.
Yeah, I kind of look at Riv or Dominique.
Survival. I don't suck, but I feel like there are probably people who are better. Can
Riv,
we
how about you?
say
How you
our
feeling
number?
about
Like, have we been around?
If you want
each
to say your
other?
numbers,
Okay,
say your
I've
numbers.
got a
it's
plus
fine.
4.
3?
I'm sorry, on what?
Survival.
Survival.
+1.
Big old goose egg, gang.
All right.
All right, it's the person with half proficiency, I believe.
Yeah. Rivulet, what did you have?
+1.
Oh,
But
all right, then
I can give some guidance.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Do you gather around a map at the same time?
Am I rolling with advantage or guidance?
Guidance was, I believe, the
Okay. Perfect. So that's 15 plus 18 total.
18. Your second day is mostly uneventful. You do spot flying in the distance a large black dragon, but it
Huh.
stays in the distance.
From a distance.
I'm gonna say that I'm up in the crow's nest when I spot this, and Dominique immediately puts gloves on, grabs a rope, and slides down it. And I'm gonna go over to. I'm gonna run to Rivulet, and Dominique just runs up and starts popping her arm with the back of her hand.
It's about 1:00 in the afternoon, by the way.
Rivulet,
Yes. Yes.
how do you feel about black dragons?
How do I feel about what?
Black dragons.
They exist. They're creatures that, like any other, that
Right.
have a place in the world.
Right. What would you say if I saw one?
That would be a very exciting thing.
Get hype. I saw one
Where?
that way. Back that way?
Are you sure?
I'm
Oh,
positive.
it's still there.
Could not. Just should we tell everyone? I mean, he's just been circling that area. He hasn't come this way.
Certainly being prepared for information, no, sharing the information would be a thing we should likely do.
Everyone, look at the dragon!
Fairlos has been walking on over to you, and Dominique is going to hand you a small bit of grease. Next time you're going to pull a stunt like that, do this first on the gloves, or else you're just going to ruin every pair of gloves.
I'm alright with ruining them rather than not being able to actually grip.
Oh, you don't have a special pair of gloves just for that stunt.
No. This will get me through about 3 or 4 of them.
Okay, all right.
I also just want to say that before, at the top of the morning, I cast water breathing on everybody who does not breathe water.
Okay.
Thank you.
You mean everybody, right? Including
No, I breathe water.
NPCs?
I breathe
Yeah,
water.
including
Oh,
it's up to 10 willing
Yeah,
creatures,
yeah.
so that's
Yeah.
that can get everybody on.
You can cover anybody who doesn't
Wait.
already, yeah.
I think me and
we
Riv.
we decided I did, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Rivulet
actually
and
breathe
Dominique.
water.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, because
I'll
we had discussed it.
Go
since
ahead,
that,
Lauren.
since that's the case, as I'm holding out the grease, I'll take it back and, well, at least give me the gloves while we're looking at the dragon, and I'll cast mending to fix the gloves. I'll say that a dragon is a good enough reason to be trying to ruin a pair of gloves, but you do know that there are better ways of doing this.
Certainly, but it looked cool.
There are better ways that also look cool of doing this. We'll talk about that later.
I mean, clearly we know what was of more importance to Dominique, which was telling us about the dragon, only slightly above looking cool while informing us about the dragon.
Frankly, the fact that it was the second thing is good enough for me, considering Dominique.
Never a dull moment.
Which does the dragon appear to be? So now, as we continue to sail and the dragon continues to move in a direction, does it appear that we will cross paths at some
No.
point? Okay.
However, if you all are observing it over a long period of time, it is making dives towards something so it is just on the edge of the horizon,
Mhm.
and it is making dives towards, well, actually, there is no curve to the world, so everything is flat, but there is an island between you and it, and it's doing dives behind this island at something.
Interesting.
If I pull up
What do we? Oh, go ahead.
I think Riv and I are probably on the same boat. Literally, I'm going to pull out the map and try to pinpoint where I think the dragon is diving, and also try to remember there's all kinds of like armadas out here and blockades. And is it possible this dragon is going after boats or maybe just fishing?
Oof. Make a... That's a layered check.
Make a map check.
Well, yeah, I mean, that would just be wisdom plus cartography proficiency, tools proficiency, but I I feel like you could probably do, let's call it survival.
It's a 10. As long as it's not coming towards our boat, that's all I really care about.
You know for a fact it's not coming towards your boat.
Can I give that a shot based on what I'm seeing as well?
Yeah,
in some
absolutely.
way?
I'll hand over
Survival?
the map.
Or is it?
It'll be survival for this particular thing.
And also I'm just curious. Oh, I'm not helpful on that. I'm curious what I know about black dragons in this world.
Black dragons are okay. So there's a lot of legend that may or may not actually be true. But what legends you know, black dragons tend towards the selfish range of dragons, particularly greedy over other types of dragons. Smart, but sort of a low cunning more often than not. And these are, again, you guys have been around enough, you've been through enough classes, especially in your philosophy class, to know that no creature is inherently evil or bad. These are just the stories people tell.
Okay.
And dragons are a sentient, living, thinking, breathing entity that could be anything. But that's the vibe you have.
I think at this point,
Perception to see what he's diving at.
I mean, that's going to be, it's behind an island. Whatever he's
Oh,
diving
okay.
at, you absolutely can't see. You guys could, if you chose, go in a direction that might give you a better vantage point.
No.
Okay.
We are
Yeah,
on a
I
mission.
think that's not probably our best bet there.
If you keep going in the direction you're going, other islands, there's a bunch of islands that are just going to kind of move in and out, and it's going to continuously block you.
We're on a mission from God. We only have half a tank of gas and a pack of cigarettes. We got to go.
that is actually very, very true. Yeah, I don't really care what kind of dragon it is. Those are dangerous creatures, and there is no need for us to go snooping around in their business. So,
I know enough about the black dragons to know I do not wish to tangle with one.
I have no opinions one way or another. Am I technically dragon? This is Essequa like this is Essequa like now having another layer of existential crisis.
Sure.
Because we all know what the books say, but I don't care about the books. But yeah, I mean there are no black dragons in my family as far as I know.
I mean, the name had to come from somewhere.
Yeah. Now I wonder if we're called something else.
If you go far enough back, it's all a common heritage, right? For all of us at some point.
Sure. Everybody comes from one little speck of dust somewhere way, way, way back.
We are such stuff.
Yes, you
Do
are.
not get the philosopher started.
too late.
There's
Oh, it's been
we
wrapped
couldn't
up.
stop that even if
Did
we
it?
tried.
Revved up.
Uh-huh.
Eventually,
Rived up.
Revved up. Yes, revved up. Sorry.
the dragon does a dive and then doesn't come back up.
I guess he
Ooh.
got what he was going for.
Or landed. This whole
Or
book got-
landed.
Yeah.
And we can't, can we tell on the map, we can't tell what that area corresponds to?
You guys
mean-
are on the first day of your trip. Give me one moment and I'll actually move you guys to that map because I know we have it. Yep, there it is.
Because it feels like we can at least sort of triangulate where they're.
Right.
Hopefully
There.
it's not Mount Chicken Island.
So what you guys can see on this map are the biggest of islands, but there are tons of smaller, tiny islands that dot this archipelago here.
Right.
You guys are going to be roughly, I'm going to ping it on the map,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
right around here for your first day.
Can we
Little
mark
red
that
circle?
in some way with
I can. Yep. Let me.
Yeah, just so we can sort of have a
I'll make a little
Right.
of our.
We're
Blue
Indiana
is a bad
Jonesing a little
color.
dotted
Yeah,
line.
exactly.
Do, do.
Boop 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 boop.
I'm remembering Emperor's New Groove all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
exactly.
I have an extremely unsteady hand, so anytime I try to draw a shape, it always comes out looking strange. But we have
That's
an X
okay.
for where you currently are.
That's a fun looking X.
When I get to my iPad later, there's a thing that lets you draw straight lines and consistent shapes, which I love. If you press your pen long enough, it'll snap to the shape that's closest to what you're drawing.
And so this
Or
is
straight line.
we've done all day, day 1, long rested, day 2. And
You're in the middle of day 2. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
Which, by the way, Latia, it's been long enough that you could have, if you wanted to, cast Speak with Chips again.
Yes, I was waiting for this little
Understand.
scenario to resolve itself.
Understand.
Oh, here we go.
All right. I think we are satisfied that the dragon is not going to eat us in the immediate moment.
Oh, can you actually ping what direction? I mean, I know there's a bunch of islands between us, but can you ping what direction we would see the dragon?
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's going to be to the northeast of where that little green mark
Okay.
is.
I'll make
Okay,
And that
that's
kind
fine.
of what looks like empty space, but again, there's a bunch of small islands. in
Got
there.
it. Okay. That's good enough for me.
I'll make sure everybody is aware of what's going on. I'll start with, this is not something we need to worry about immediately, but just so you're aware, and then just kind of give everybody the heads up so that we're all kind of, every once in a while, just looking off in that direction.
And I will resume my position in the crow's nest. What's up, buddy?
And then I'm gonna tell everybody I'm going below deck to speak with the ship. If anybody would like to either come with me or if you have questions for the ship that I can pass along.
I'm good. Tell it hello.
Okay.
Fearless is going to walk up to you and say, I have no questions and I trust you, but I feel if I'm in charge of the ship, I guess I should come along?
Yeah, I mean just kind of like as captain, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'll take the helm. You can go down.
I mean, I'm assuming Fairlos or other people are taking the helm. Like, I'm not the navigator of the ship, so I'm the designated. I am just coordinating.
You're the designator?
I'm the designator.
We gave you the cool hat.
Yeah. But no, so yeah, she'll follow you down, and she's obviously a little uncomfortable with what's about to happen. And the last time we could only hear your part of the conversation, right?
Yes. So I assume that I am relaying anything of import back to you.
Okay.
Is Rivulet coming, or is it just you two?
No, I'll come along. And we started in Avalon, is that right?
Yeah.
You did. Okay. Getting all the tokens moved over on the next map. There we go.
Okay.
Let's take you down into the bottom deck.
Oh, I was gonna move a line. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Real quick question. I apologize. Should I have? I know we talked about it, but I just want to double check. Should I have access to Moriarty's Circle of Trust?
Eventually, you might want to talk to Moriarty about learning it from him.
Cool. I was just double
Certain types of
Can
casters.
I learn it as well?
Yeah, certain types of casters. Well, if you're on the I made the spells. I made the spell. I think warlocks are on the list. Druids no, but warlocks
Sweet.
yes. Although Circle of the Sea, I think I put it on
oh.
the Circle of the Sea spell list. But regardless, warlocks are on it. But you're casting. Speak
I'm not
with...
Circle of the Sea.
Yes, I am
Okay.
casting Speak with Ships.
Okay. Ugh. Ugh. Hello again.
Hi.
I've-
Yes.
hello.
Hi. You speak first, please.
Hi.
Okay, hi. How's it been?
Well, roughly peaceful, I suppose. There was that dragon that we just passed by, but other than that, you know.
Okay, so you were aware of you were aware of the dragon before I started speaking to you. That means that you are aware of your surroundings. That
Yes,
is good, I
yes.
think.
Although it's an odd thing when you begin speaking with me, I have this rush of information, and then and then I'm and then I'm able to comprehend that I exist, and and then I'm speaking.
Okay, so it's more like a nothing happened, like you're aware of nothing until I cast the spell, and then everything becomes known to you. Okay. Um, so I don't, you may know this at this point. I'm just like a baby wizard, so to speak. So this is something that is new for both of us. So I apologize that I'm sort of kind of using this conversation to figure out what exactly the spell does. You're the first ship I've ever spoken to. So this is new for all of us.
Well, you're the first god I've ever spoken to, so
Eh? I'm
Hmm?
not a god.
But when you bring me into existence as a living creature, and I'm alive now. You made me, didn't you?
I did not make you. You existed as a ship before I began speaking to you.
Right, but as a ship, not as a as.
As a
I mean,
live as a thing capable of your own thought.
right? Yes.
Don't like internally the existential crisis has just hit like level 2.5.
Well, at least now we know who the ship is praying to.
No.
Essequa,
Mm-hmm.
or Havenright, god of ships.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm a right. I'm a right.
Yeah, you are.
I'm a right.
Yeah, you
I've
are.
I've known that ever since you picked out that name.
Ah, Luigi. All right. Oh, why did I do this to myself? Um, yeah, you see Esiko just kind of like stop speaking as the ship is like continuing to say all of this stuff, and she's just kind of like staring at the floor.
Well, regardless, how can I help you?
Um, well, I really just I said I would check in on you, and so I'm doing that. Oh, every word that comes out of her mouth is just is wrought with implication, and she just keeps digging this hole deeper for herself. Yeah, I said I would check up on you, so I'm doing that. I suppose now that I know that you gain a lot of knowledge at the point of spellcasting, is there anything that you're aware of that maybe we're not? Like stuff beneath the water or other, like you saw the dragon. I don't know, might you know what the dragon was doing? I don't know.
Well, I could just see it from here. It looked like it was circling, and then it did a bunch of dives behind some islands.
Yeah, okay, so
Um,
that's exactly what we know.
what about the marionettes that are clinging to the bottom of our ship, or my hull?
I'm sorry, the what?
And you start to hear commotion at the on the top deck.
Rivulet, Fairlos, there are marionettes clinging to our ship, and based on what I can hear above deck, they might no longer be clinging to the bottom of the ship.
Oh, they're absolutely not clinging to the bottom of the ship anymore. They're on their
Right,
top deck right now.
I'm so sorry to cut our conversation short, lessons learned, but we have to go take care of the marionettes.
I've already grabbed my hammer. I'm like, I have no idea what that is, but
All right.
I'll be right back. And I'm running upstairs.
And the turn
So-
order has been put up.
Oh
When-
my goodness.
When they come up on the deck, I'm assuming I noticed this from.
Well, you're in the
Crow's
crow's nest looking out.
Okay. I didn't hear like shouting or anything.
I mean, this is sort of a thing. Like, you won't immediately notice, but you are there on the top deck, so you have the capacity to. Let's make a perception check.
Okay.
As soon as I hear that stuff is going on, I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace.
Understandable.
Perception. Boom. 21.
You notice them as they are in the middle of attacking Charles.
No.
Awesome. I'm gonna ruin my gloves.
Let's
why
go
I
ahead.
have them
We're on
ended.
initiative. Let's go ahead and get us
So-
into initiative.
So,
Okay.
Let's
Friendos,
start-
go ahead and assume you can add +10 to your stealth, because you'll be near me.
So I'm gonna put you guys who are down below on the top deck, right at the stairs.
Okay.
Oh,
That's not what I wanted. Sorry.
that suck. Oh, I
Let's go
forgot
ahead
to
and put
select
you
my token. I'm
there.
sorry.
Oh, I did too.
Oh, so did I.
I can add you guys. It's fine. Let's put Charles there. Furlos and you are all coming up from the bottom. I'll just put you all three in a row right there. Perfect. Dominique, you are at the top of the crow's nest currently. And let's put the.
Charles is right there, so he's probably in casting range then.
Give me one moment.
Maybe I don't need to come down.
Well, the crow's nest, I'm going to say is.
It's like 120 feet, isn't it?
Oh, for what do you. I don't know what you're casting, but the crow's
Like,
nest.
how
I'd
high up is the crow's nest?
Ah,
Or I guess it'd be 60 would be closer.
I'd say 30 feet. I mean, it's just
Okay.
a small. This is a very small ship.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna. You know what? 30 feet for right now. I'm gonna
Okay.
look into some information about ships and give you a better answer at some later point.
All right, that works.
That's fair.
And you see two. Okay, they're gonna be right here. Let's turn on the grid for this. And then let's put everybody into a grid slot, the nearest grid slot they're in.
Yeah, probably. Marp.
Okay.
And reminder also, friendos, now that we have some new goodies, we have some fun with things that take up AoE. Don't step in it if you can help it.
I think it's a little early, but before we start combat, we might want to take our break so we don't have to take it in the middle of combat.
Sounds
Okay.
like a
That
That makes
plan.
sense. That's a good call.
Yeah. All right.
Plus, it'll give me a
Ooh, fight, y'all.
give me a little bit more time to make sure I got everything in, all my ducks in order here. And yeah,
All right. 15.
Oh,
let's
God.
say let's make it 20 after. 20 after sounds good.
Okay.
20
Like
after.
extra time.
All right, everybody. See you in 20.
Okay, we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Ahoy hoy and welcome back. So, real quick, just in case if any of the audience have any aversions to either marionettes or mimes, that's what these creatures are, and I'm about to blow up one of their images onto the screen. So if that's a problem for you, you should know that's about to happen.
Give them 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Well, they're
set up
going to be
a-
in the upcoming story for the next bit.
I'm setting up a automatic announcement too.
Thank you.
But especially
All
those
right.
kind of things, just knowing in advance sometimes is enough.
Here
Oh, yeah.
is the first one.
Now, why does it have this
So
face?
upsetting.
Because
so
this-
disturbing.
Someone
This
decided.
little-
I love the fact though that there are strings because now the question is where are the strings going?
But also,
mean-
like, that mimes are how I think of all College of Swords bards for some reason.
Interesting.
Look at his little knife.
He's so happy
That's-
about it.
He's like,
That-
"Yay!"
So that's Harriet.
Okay. They have names.
Hi,
Great.
Harriet.
Here's Richard.
Okay, with a spiky balloon.
Hi, Richard.
Sure.
We call him Dick for short.
And Tomas.
with a
And
gun.
Tomas.
With a
Mucho
gun.
gusto.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Oh, do you?
I do. I do.
Yep,
I don't.
That's okay.
I do too.
You were
It's
right on the money.
You're right
Katie.
on it,
very
yeah.
clever. Yeah.
Okay, well, Harriet's first.
Oh wait.
And she is going to
There we go.
go ahead and rush Charles off the edge of the boat.
Glad I cast water breathing this morning.
So we have alert, right? Does
Oh,
that
I'm
give us
working on it right now.
opportunities to do some?
We
You
have
can-
I just
alert.
need it noted that if you
If
Hold
you-
on, wait. 5 of you just started talking about a thing we need to know about. Okay, Riv was asking about alert.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
It's
Every
being
one of the
generated right
players, every one of the players has alert, which means before we get started here, any of the players may swap their initiatives with any of the other players.
But not with the bad guys.
No.
Okay.
now.
And then Katie, what were you about to say?
I was about to say, when you roll to hit, I need to know if she hits because I'm going to be using my reaction to do silvery barbs.
Okay, this is going to be a saving throw on Charles's part. It's an ability that the Harriet's going to be
okay.
using. Yeah.
And Latia, was there something you were going to say?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Gotta remember how to spell Marianne.
So-
Give me a sec.
On the alert aspect of things,
Yes.
laying out our turn order.
Yep.
Does anyone want to swap? I will say my stuff is better to get out there sooner.
I am
Because
willing
I
to
will
give my
help
19
control our space
to someone else if they want it.
Okay.
Why don't you
I
give
think
that?
I'm going to be next, but I'm not sure.
You would have been next, yes.
Yeah.
If you want to switch, it'll be whoever else.
I would prefer to stay where I am because Pharos is going to get into stopping people from rushing others off the boat ASAP and can do things once she's in melee. So I would prefer to stay where I am.
And
Okay.
as a blade singer, I can be kind of anywhere. So I'm good where I am.
Sounds like Dominique and Rivulet are going to switch.
I think we might be a good switch. Yeah.
Okay. Switch your initiatives. And reorder. All right. If everyone's happy with that, let's let Harriet take that turn. Go ahead and use the effect. It's going to be a strength saving throw on Charles's part.
Oh, Charles, go.
And hold on, where is he at? Oh yeah, 13's not going to do it.
Oh, Charles.
Charles goes off of the boat along with Harriet on top of him. And you guys lose sight of him in the water.
Mm.
And now
got
it and now it is Rivulet's turn.
All right. I would like to please cast. So Snonky is not actually summoned yet, just for everyone's knowledge. Snonky was placed on the board, but it does not exist as of this moment. I would like to put out a spike growth, and I just want to just double check how this works to make sure. I'm trying to find within range. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this out there. Ooh, I lied. The first thing I'm going to do is I am going to summon Snonky. Wait, hang on. No, I lied. Sorry, I'm having to math this out. Because I didn't have Snonky out as soon as this happened. Okay, so I can't get Goblin.
Yes.
I'm so I don't want to hurt you.
What you need to do.
Goblin Katie,
Okay.
hold on. Dominique is still at the top.
Yeah.
She is currently in the crow's
Yeah.
nest.
Yeah.
In fact,
Dominique's
let's go
above
ahead
us.
Oh, you're up above. You're up high.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. That makes my life much easier. Then I'm gonna go ahead and do
I'm
this.
just going to do that.
I'm gonna drop that.
That's cool.
La.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Is that it? Good for everybody? Is that okay? C'est bien?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm okay with it.
C'est bon?
Fairless will be running into it, but Fairless is also okay with this.
Okay. We've discussed this before though, right? In
Oh,
advance
yeah, yeah,
how
yeah.
this all goes. Okay. So and it will camouflage to look natural with the wood of the space. So
Yeah, I'm
they
not
will
sure how
need
that
to make
exactly
perception
works, but
checks against my spell DC
Gotcha.
to recognize how owie it is. So that I will do.
well, it says any
Uh,
creature that can't see the area at the time the spell is cast.
oh, I'm sorry. Yes, apologies. Never mind.
Yeah. So that saves us a little
Scratch that.
trouble and time.
Correct. Sorry. I'm braining poorly. So then knowing that, sorry, I would not have cast pass without. Sorry. Braining. Hello. Hi. Hi. How's everybody doing? I can't retroactively take back things I have done. So, therefore, that exists.
Right. Because concentration. Yeah.
Concentration, yeah, because I just wasted a concentration terribly. Bonus action. I will cast Skipping Stone
Okay.
on 3 pebbles. So those are available to any of my friends who might need them. And I will make a ranged spell attack with one of those pebbles on Friendo.
You guys should be able to see the names on them, right?
Yeah, I can. I was just not looking at them. Okay, so I will attack Tomas. Not very well. Oh, but is he restrained? No, it's just difficult terrain. Right.
Yeah, it's difficult terrain.
Sorry, this is so rambly. I apologize. That's
Is that it?
and then I will move back to here. To
Okay.
here.
All right. Richard is going to hold up his long sleeve and point it at. Oof, Rivulet, you've moved out of range. All right, 1 Azekwa, 2 Furloughs. Azekwa it is. That's gonna be. Hold on, let's double check. Yep, that's Richard. I need you to make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw, Azekwa. You succeed. You take a total of, let's see, that's 17 divided in 2 because you've succeeded on the save. So Richard pulls up the floppy sleeve, and then out of what appears some sort of giant hand cannon is underneath it and fires in your direction. And you don't see much other than a hole after the end of it. And he goes, presence from the deep. And you take 8 damage.
Sure, everything's fine.
as you're impacted by this weird fleshy ball.
Yeah. 8 damage, you said?
Yes.
Weird.
All right. And that is his total turn. So, Furlos, it's now your turn.
Fairless is going to point to wherever Charles went over the ship and say, "Someone go get Charles!"
On it.
Thank you. I'm going to back up 10 feet, and then I'm going to run forward and jump so that I jump over most of the brambles. My strength score is 18, which means I should be able to jump the 15 feet to get to there.
Okay.
When I land, I'm going to look at Thomas, as this one hasn't gone yet. And as I land, I'm going to bring my hammer like across, like a baseball bat, and just wail on this thing.
I will say, for landing in the spike growth, we're just going to consider it a single 5 feet of movement instead of the total movement that you would have made.
Okay.
But for landing in the spike growth, you do need to take, what is that? 2d4 piercing damage. So let's roll that real quick. Holy
okay.
shit, you hit hard.
Yeah, I did. I rolled a natural 20 for 27.
So you're going to take 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then a 27
So,
poor Tomas.
Yep. Is it going to be smart and roll? Nope, I got to do it again. So it's going to be 7 plus... So it's going to be 17 magical, I think that's bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
As I just wail on this thing. As I pull back the hammer, how hurt does it look with that hit?
You have taken a chunk out of this thing already.
Nice.
Excellent. I'm going to then look to the space that's right next to it and go, well, I guess we're going to have to hit you again. And I'll put it on the map in a second, but I'm summoning my spiritual weapon with a bonus action, and I will try to hit him again. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit.
Awesome. The spiritual hammer comes down and does 11 force damage.
Should be enough.
Nice.
So Thomas, you smack him with your hammer, and then another hammer comes in and bats him off of the edge of the ship as he collapses into pieces into the water.
Okay.
Despite the fact that he looks like he's sort of wooden, though, he doesn't float. He sinks.
Ooh.
That is for looking at later. And then I will turn to look at the other one, to Richard, and go, all right, you're next. And I'm done.
Fair enough. Essequa, this this creature just shot a meatball at you through a cannon of some kind.
I'm sorry, it was
Oh.
a meatball?
A meatball?
Well, when I say meatball,
It didn't come on a hoagie.
it's like a flesh ball. So-
Yeah.
More like
flesh.
a meat wad.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Okay. I have a question for you. How tall is the ship? Like from water to
Oh, from keel to
Yeah. To deck. Or
That's a
rather
question I should have had an answer for.
or rather from water surface to deck, let's say that.
Just
and-
give me a second to measure this thing.
Okay. I mean,
From-
the important question is it more than 20 feet?
Yeah. Well,
That's fine.
hold on. Give me 1 second here.
Sorry to make you do more math.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. I'm just gonna give you a number. Let's say it's exactly 20 feet for now.
Okay, I will hold on to that information for now. The first thing I'm going to do is activate my blade song to give myself a
call.
little bit more AC. And then the second thing that I'm going to do is take the stone, well, the little pebble that Rivulet threw that did not do anything. I'm just gonna point it in Richard's direction for a catapult.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Richard needs to make me a dexterity check of some kind. Yes, DC 15 dexterity check, and I'm upcasting this.
Saving throw, right?
Yes, saving throw.
7 ain't gonna do it.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that for me and me specifically. So, uh, so he's gonna take, oh my Lord in heaven, 9 points of bludgeoning damage from this little bitty pebble. It just like it's
Interesting.
just like beans him in the forehead.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Oop, I got the wrong type of tool here. All right. You do bean him in the forehead. He does not stop smiling at you.
Hmm.
And not only is he smiling at you, he is making eye contact with you the entire time.
That's terrifying.
And says, "Heh, good shot."
Actually, I would like to retcon just one little thing. Can I throw the meat wad back at him?
You'd like to make the same thing, but it's just
Yeah,
a
the
meat wad?
exact same thing, but it's just the meat wad.
Sure. He's going to take it and then he's going to reload it into his little hand cannon.
Fair. All right.
All right. And Dominique. So Dominique, if you look at your token right now, I added this is something I told you guys about a long time ago, but it was a long time ago. So I see how it says 30 feet or 30 out of 10,000 at the top. That's showing your current elevation.
So I'm 30 feet up.
Yes.
Okay. I have a question for you.
Hit me.
Being my watery tart self, if I dive and I'm not just falling, do I take damage when I hit the water if I'm in a controlled dive?
From 30 feet, no.
Okay, perfect. In that case,
I want to tell you something real quick though. What's your passive perception?
Let me see. Passive is 14. Or no, that's insight. Perception
16.
is 16. Yeah.
I've got it over here. I had to look real quick. With a passive perception of 16, right around the same spot that Charles went underwater, you see this.
I mean,
Moving
I
around beneath the surface.
I don't
Okay.
see anything.
All right. I know where I'm going next.
I'm guessing that this does not look like a polymorph or anything
No.
like that. Okay. Fabulous. Can I see Charles at all?
No.
Okay.
This is a fascinating creature, though.
I am diving off
Okay.
the crow's nest into the water. Once I am in the water, do I see Charles?
Make an active perception check.
Oh no. No, I don't.
Natural 1.
Yeah.
No, you hit the water a little hard and it kind of knocks the breath out of you just a little bit. And while you're recovering, you're looking around. Sorry.
Okay. In that case, I am going to, let me double check. Take damage. Yeah, I have to see him. Okay. In that case, I am going to, I'm going to use my action to move and try to get someplace where I can find him.
Okay. You want to, yeah. With that natural 1, you're not going to be able to see him this turn no matter what.
Right.
But if you'd like to go in the general direction of the giant shark, you can.
Yeah, I will. And is the shark okay?
No, the shark is not okay.
No, this is gonna be weird. Go with me on it.
Okay.
I can communicate with aquatic things, anything that has a swim speed.
Yeah.
I would like to try to look at the shark, and I'm going to say, "Bonjour, please do not eat me. What's your name?" I'm Dominique.
I'm Jethro. And
Oh,
I didn't plan on eating you.
thank you. Have you
I mean,
seen
not
my
unless you get in
friend?
my way. And that's as much as you guys can get through in 6
Okay.
seconds.
We're establishing a rapport.
Yeah, to establish a rapport.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
Important.
fine.
All right. So that was your action, your movement.
And bonus action. Actually, as I'm diving into the water,
Mhm.
I am going to yell to Furlos. Oh no, that won't work. I'm gonna yell to Furlos. Just pretend they are bowling pins as I hit the water. Bardic inspiration.
Ah.
Bowling. Really? All right. Sure. I was thinking more baseball.
Oh, okay. Better.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your inspiration is a D6?
D12.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, I believe it is. Let me double check. No, I'm sorry. D8.
D8.
D8 right now.
And you'll see that your elevation is now -15 for how many feet underwater you currently are.
Okay.
Well, that's
right.
cool.
Jethro is next up in the turn order, and he is going to spin very quickly and then grab something with his mouth that you can't see because you rolled a natural 1 and swim straight down, dashing.
I can't see what it is, but I can see he got something.
Yes.
Okay. Lovely. Real quick, by the way, I don't know if this is a 2024 change, but you can use the Bardic Inspiration when you fail a roll after you find out it's failed.
Okay.
Yeah, that is. I think that is a 20. We'll worry about that later.
you
But
don't-
I think it's 2024. But
2014 was I could decide to use it after I see the
Yes.
roll, but before I hear the result. 2014.
Yes.
there's also
20
a subclass that lets you do that as well.
I think
It may be me. I don't know. But you don't have to use it unless you find out you failed.
Okay.
Rivulet, it's your turn.
All right, I have a quick question before we continue on. They said this was a gift from the deep. Have I ever encountered anything similar to this in my underwater life? Like, is this?
I mean, no, this is very strange.
Any
Is there
more
anything-
that I've
The
ever
phrasing
heard?
"this is a gift from the deep," that's sometimes it's used in relation to there are pirates that use it as a battle cry. There are certain underwater entities that have used it in books that you've read. The Unseelie Feywildian Ocean King, he uses that phrasing. There's a couple of different, like there's a whole bunch of options.
And none of those have corresponded with mimes or marionettes before.
That's a strange one there for sure. Mechanical
Okay.
entities like this that are with strings that go up into nowhere.
Yeah. So I want to knock them out for sure, but I partially for the purpose of exploring what is their deal, looking for, a maker's mark or things like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and use my Eldritch Blast with Repelling Blast to push them in the spike growth. So there will be some extra owie on
Absolutely.
there.
You're aiming
so-
for an AC of 14.
Okay. Gosh, there's really, really loud motorcycles like just going up and down my street. Sorry. And so
The sharks are
that's-
very
I'm just-
loud this time of day.
And I'm just checking to see how many extra damage it's going to be. So I can move them up to 10 feet with each blast, and I have 2 two to do. Okay, so first beam is I'm sorry, you said I need to hit a which?
AC of 14, which 15
Okay, first
certainly
one will
does.
hit, and the second one will
And you're using repelling blast.
on both, yeah, just to
Okay.
shove them 10 feet within the spike growth. Second one will also hit. So then it's going to be these damage numbers plus the additional damage from the repelling, which I'll roll after the fact.
Gotcha.
So first set of damage. And second set of damage are taking time for. Oh, nice. 13 on the first one. Is it going to roll my second one or not? Come on. 5 on the second plus the additional spike growth, which will do
Yeah, it's 2d4 per 10 feet, so that would be
for
2,
10
4,
feet, so
6,
it's
8.
20.
8d4.
8d4. 7, 8d4.
Nice.
That's extremely good.
Yeah.
Wow. What if you're looking at my screen right now, you would be, I don't know if you'd be annoyed or impressed, but he has 1 hit point left.
Well, I have a bonus action and some
Yeah.
beautiful. I can go ahead and just make some more magic stones, which will allow me to make that attack.
I mean, if you'd like to, go ahead.
Ah,
12 misses. Regardless of any of those things, so that's your action, bonus action. The only other thing you could do right now is move.
is move, yeah.
And you never
Um,
pulled in
which-
Snucky, so let's.
I didn't have an extra action
Yeah.
to pull in Snucky, so I'll move back up closer to Essequa, I guess.
Gotcha. So Richard, I was giving you the damage because he was right alongside the oh god, my brain's not wanting to work for what that's called. The bowsprit, I think. Anyway, he is technically over water from both of your repelling blasts. He rubbed up against the bit there to take that extra damage, and then he's going to fall into the ocean and sink. And you guys are out of initiative because
What?
Katie, you are not fast enough to catch a shark dashing every
Well,
turn.
there is.
Unless you have something special.
There is something special.
Okay.
And I kind of feel bad for doing this. Because it's kind of horrible. But
Okay.
I am going to cast Water Walk on the shark.
Okay. Water
Which
walk
causes-
requires them to be willing.
Does it?
Yeah, it says willing creatures. You know what? I'm not
Willing? I
looking
thought
at
it
the
was that
spell.
you can see.
Water walk.
Nope, it does say willing. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna have to open it up to be sure, but I'm like,
Yeah, no, it does.
I've thought of that shenanigan before.
I have other shenanigans. Riv,
I'm going to use action and movement to go down
Okay.
60 feet. How fast
Yeah.
is he moving?
He is moving 100 feet per turn.
Wow.
Okay.
50, and then 50 again.
I'm going to move. That'll only get me 60. You know what? Oh, I need a con save.
Wait, hang on. I actually on my move, I may be able to get there. Give me a second.
Well,
I
I
have to
haven't
look at
gone
my-
this turn though.
Well, but it's still my turn that he gets pushed off the edge. and I may be able
Oh
to go.
no, she's talking about the shark.
I'm underwater going after the shark.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was still talking about.
No,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
okay.
That's okay. While you're thinking about it, also, I would like to take my turn, because I have my own shenanigans.
If you guys want to stay in initiative, then it would be Furlos's turn.
So real quick though, Riv, once you see that now the deck is
Go ahead
cleared,
if you think you can. If you're trying to catch.
I think once the thing goes off the edge, you'll see Fairlos turn to where Dominique dove in, intent on going after to help. Would you at that point drop the spike growth?
Sure.
Excellent.
Yes.
Fairlos is going to dig her claw into the boat and run and dive over the edge, and I'm going to use feline agility, which lets me double my speed until the end of my turn. And if I need to, I will, as an action, dash, which means I can go 120 feet.
Yeah, minus 15 for getting actually off of the ship.
That's fair.
Which puts you at 105.
105.
He was already he was already 35 feet below. He went 100 extra feet on his turn. So you are going to end your turn.
I'm not going to end
105. Well, I'm sorry. You're going to end this particular your movement at 105 minus 130, so 25 feet away from the shark.
Okay. As I burst past Dominique, and I'm not sure if I know what's going on, but I see her like frantically. We also have water breathing, so you can talk. I see her frantically pointing at Shark. I see Shark as a bonus action.
Totally wasn't muted. Charles is in his mouth.
So as a bonus action, I am going to recast Spiritual Weapon in front of the shark.
Gotcha.
And whack the shark with it, because I can cast it up to 60 feet away.
You absolutely can.
So I'll do that. That was damage. Wait, hold on a second.
And the answer is yes, I can catch Richard.
Awesome. Does a 22 hit the shark?
Let me just double check. Yeah, that easily hits the shark.
Awesome. It's going to take 9 force damage as a spiritual hammer appears in front of its face and hardcore boops its snoot. Like you're supposed to do with sharks when they come at you. You're supposed to punch them in the snout, which sure, I guess that works. Maybe not.
Stick your fingers in their nose.
Yeah, listen, my spiritual hammer does not have fingers, so it is just going to whack it into face. And then I am done. That was my shenanigans.
Okay.
And for those asking, my armor has been blessed by my god, so it's not causing me any problems.
Yay.
Understandable. Asuka would be next up in the turn order if we're going to stay in turn order.
That would be me. I think I'm just gonna I'm still on alert, so I'm gonna maintain that sense of alertness, but I'm gonna kind of come over here and just like watch the water to see if my friends reappear, because I don't have anything else that can. Actually, no, I will cast Tensor's floating disc, because it'll help everybody get back into the boat once.
Understandable.
Get out there, and it'll just be hanging out alongside the boat. I'm getting more use out of this spell than I ever have seen ever.
That's fair.
That's awesome.
So that would mean, Dominique, it is now actually back around to your turn.
Hey. Well, I can't catch up with him. I'm assuming I could not grab onto Furlos, like grab
No,
Furlos'
that would slow
tail.
Furlos down.
Okay. Yeah, it's worth an ask. Okay.
I will
And
say real quick,
yeah.
both you and Furlos at this point would be seeing a glowing red light in the deep.
Like below the
Okay.
shark?
Below everything, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do this. I need a wisdom saving throw from the shark.
Wisdom saving throw from Jethro.
Mm-hmm.
7 ain't gonna do it.
Okay. Sorry, DC was 15. I am casting Detect Thoughts on Jethro. Where is he thinking to take this?
Oh, no, see, this is interesting, actually.
Oh.
Okay, so Jethro is thinking, okay, remember, you're the distraction. Make him pay attention to you. Make him pay attention to you.
At which point, let me double check if this is a. So
You know what? Good job, Jethro.
Yeah.
I know he's doing
Good job.
great.
You're doing a great job.
He's gonna die being the distraction, but good job.
Okay, hang on. I'm looking into what it takes to switch to another target. You can activate sense presence. So sorry.
That's fine. It's first combat in a while. We're gonna get the kinks out. We'll be better in next combats. Promise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been like over a month since we've all had a combat with these characters, and we also had a pretty substantial level up since our last combat. So there are combo goodies we're trying to sort of, and we're transitioning from some of the 2014 to some of the 2024 goodies. So
Yeah.
thank you for bearing with us as we learn along with all of you.
Yay.
I can't. You can no longer switch targets with Detect Thoughts, apparently.
Fair enough.
Unless I'm misreading this.
It does require you to see your target no matter what anyway, right? So.
No, you just sense it.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh, that's why. It's any thoughts within 30 feet that belong to creatures that know languages or are telepathic.
Fair enough.
Interesting.
So, I can read one target's thoughts, but I know any thinking targets within range. Which means I'm not going to be able to try to see if that red light is thinking, but I am going to yell to Furlos. He's a distraction. And I want to turn, and I'm assuming that I do not see Charles anywhere.
No, you don't sense him either.
Cool. He's a distraction. I think he does have Charles. And then I want to look at, you said one of the things went into the water and was sinking?
Richard went into the water and is sinking fast. Tomas's parts fell into the water after he was shattered and is also sinking fast. And when I say sinking fast, I mean unnaturally fast.
Okay.
And that third one we saw barrel into
into Charles and then
and
disappear
go
in
over.
water.
All right. In that case, if he's a distraction, I don't see Charles. I need to let the others know that what's going on. So I'm going to head for the surface.
Okay.
And as soon as I break the surface of the water, I'm going to say, I'm assuming I can't grab any of the parts or Richard as I'm
From where you are at this point, no.
Okay. I'm going to surface and I'm going to yell, Jaws has disappeared. There's a shark. He is a distraction. Something is going on up here. I know the things are sinking really fast. And there's a red light.
That's so much information.
I know.
Climb up on the disc so I can bring you up.
Fairless is still down there.
Well, I can bring Fairless up too, but if you're gonna come up, like, oh, okay, so are you gonna wait for Fairless?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you can still climb up on the disc.
I'm staying in the water just in case.
Okay.
This
All
is
right.
home.
Would be the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Jethro
Sorry, I'm just double checking that I don't have a bonus action I can use. Oh, no, I do. I'm gonna do... No, I can't. He was too far. I'll save it. Not doing a bonus action, sorry.
All right. On his turn, Jethro is going to disappear into the darkness of the abyss.
No.
The only person who could catch him at this point, I believe, would be Furlos if she had some shenanigans. But Furlos, your movement drops to 0 the turn after using feline agility, right?
It doesn't drop to 0. I believe it's. I just can't use that again until. It once used, you can't use this trait again until you move 0 feet on one of your turns. So essentially, I just can't use it again until I stay still for 6 seconds. But I also know, because of our friends, that that's a distraction. So we should probably still stay in initiative so Riv can do her thing.
Yeah, what did Riv want to do?
I was trying to catch Richard.
Okay, you can absolutely catch Richard if you want to give that a go. What was your tactic for that?
I can move that fast with Manta Glide. I sort of leap, using the moisture in the air to sort of swim through the air to go ahead and...
Weirdly, that doesn't translate to underwater movement quite the same level of extra speed, but it does get you across the boat pretty quickly, and then to where you need to go, and then you drop down. Richard is already 60 feet straight down. Because
it would have still happened on my turn as I started to push him over the edge. I could have caught him because I can use my movement on that turn.
Oh, okay, you did that.
So he wouldn't have even gone. It was like grabbing him by the scruff of the neck.
Then absolutely no problem whatsoever.
So now it's trying to restrain.
No, he's not trying to resist you.
I know, but should he wake up? I mean.
Oh, he has 1 hit point. He's not dead.
Right, I know. Which is
okay.
Oh, okay. Oh,
not
yeah,
unconscious.
He's got one. He's not unconscious. That's right. Okay.
He is also not resisting you.
Oh, that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Hi. Are you my new friend?
Possibly.
Great.
Where did you come from?
The bottom of the ocean.
Were you sent by someone?
Yes.
Who?
The Lady of the Deep.
Which Lady of the Deep?
I don't know her name. She wouldn't give it to us.
Huh.
Mm.
Essequoy, you're still up top with me, right?
Yep.
Would you like to get in on this conversation?
I believe at this point we can't exit out of initiative, though. Unless, okay, nope, Furlos is raising her hand. So if that's the case, I mean, you can't have like a long conversation. So if we're going to do that, we have to go to Furlos next at this point.
Sorry.
Yeah, we can, no, we could go, Furlos, do what you're going to do.
Well, because
right.
I've been told the shark is a distraction. I still want to find Charles. I'm going to cast Locate Object on his spell book.
Ooh, good call.
And
Locate
it's within
Object has
1,000
foot
feet.
range.
Yes.
Okay. He is straight down.
How far?
At this point, with what was going on that you guys didn't know about, I'd say, 600 feet.
Wow.
Okay.
Give me one moment.
Well,
'Cause technically, you guys are still on the continental shelf.
yeah. Well, while you're taking that moment, so
No, that's about right. 600 feet.
trying to figure out if Fairlos would continue to go after even at that length or come back up. I think with 600 feet, especially now that she's the one who knows where he is, she's going to think to rally her friends. So she'll come back up and we can end initiative. And as she surfaces, she'll say, whatever took him is like 700 feet down. I've got a line on him, though.
Probably heading toward the red lights.
Probably, but I figured at this point...
This one said something about a Lady of the Deep.
Well, I would like to go smash that lady in her face.
Oh no, you can't smash the lady. She's nice.
Well, she took our friend and thus is no longer nice.
Could you take us to the lady?
I don't think I'm supposed to do that.
Oh, come on. It'll be
Did
fun.
she say you couldn't?
With that, Dominique, make a persuasion roll with advantage from Essequia's assistance,
Awesome.
which honestly is
Won't
going to
be
be
lower
very
than a
difficult.
20.
It's going to be very difficult for you to fail.
Oh!
Oh!
How about the
Wow.
apples?
You know, I guess she didn't say that I couldn't. You know what? All right, come on.
And we're gonna follow the puppet.
Rivulet, I was going to say, Rivulet, you're holding him by the scruff. He's going to, like, he's kicking in the air, like, his feet to move towards the edge of the water as you guys convince him to go. But he is not moving.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to drop him in the water in a second, but just
Well,
give me
we
one
don't have
second
to. We don't have to drop him in the water. We can jump in the water with him.
Did you
Well,
want
yeah,
to
that's-
examine
I
him,
mean,
perhaps? Is that what where
Yeah,
we're coming from
that's. I was looking for.
here? Make an investigation check.
Thank you.
While they're doing their talking, you can be examining him.
And I'm sure the rest of the crew, if they're not up here, then I'm going to let them know that we know where Charles is and we're going to go down and get him.
Gotcha.
So keep the boat in order.
What specifically are you looking for, Rivulet?
A maker's mark.
Lipercorp.
Oh.
Vipercore?
Liper.
Lipercore. Okay.
It says on the bottom of his foot, property of Lipercore.
And Andy.
It's fine.
All right. So you guys are at the top discussing what you'd like to do next. The rest of your crew are handling the ship as best they can.
Fairlos, is Charles moving?
Is he moving? I got 10 minutes on my locate object. Or, yeah. locate.
Yes. He's getting further away from you.
Then we should get moving.
And around, I'd say, 850 feet, which isn't very much longer from when you first cast the spell. He's off of the thing.
850.
Before he gets to 1,000.
So he got bamfed.
But I had a direction.
You did, for sure. And you have a general sense of where he last was at, yes.
As we're swimming, I'm just going to go head toward the light.
I've got a specific direction, but I don't sense him anymore. I'm going to keep concentrating in case it comes back into my range. But yes, we should go now.
All right. Let's move you guys to the ocean floor.
Get in the water.
Get in the water.
Get
in the
in
water.
the water.
But don't drink the water.
I mean, we're breathing the water at this point, so...
Oh, it's fine to breathe it. Just don't drink
As
it.
wait, but before we go in the water and can't necessarily talk because I don't know what kind of communication he has subaquatically.
If you have water breathing, you can talk.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can talk.
Well, but does he?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
you-
cast
he's-
it
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
also
everybody.
you're talking about the puppet. Puppet's talking
Yes.
to you while you're in the water.
Okay. How old are you, Richard?
Oh, I don't know. Really old, not very old. You know, there are a lot of parts to me.
Wow.
Richard, did they happen
What
to
were you-
tell you why you were supposed to come up and see us?
We needed to make new friends.
Oh, well, you did that. So tell me, the lady who sent you, does she want to be our friend too?
Yeah, she'd love to be your friend.
Oh, what
What
does she
does-
look like?
And what does being her friend entail?
Oh, not much. You just have to hang out at the bottom of the ocean for the rest of forever.
I do love the ocean. What does she look like?
Oh, well, She's a beautiful ballerina.
Oh, an ocean ballerina. I used to see them back home. Does she dance? Or does she just look like one?
She loves to dance.
Ah,
It is her
wonderful.
very favorite thing. She's probably dancing with Charles right now.
Oh. And does she have strings too?
No, no strings. She does have a little wind-up thing on her right arm.
Ooh, that's interesting. Does she wind it herself?
Yeah.
What happens when she winds it?
When she winds it, she dances some more.
Oh, very nice. So, Danny, are your friends going to be okay? I saw that one of them splintered.
Oh yeah. His pieces will come back together on their own. It'll be fine.
Okay, good. I would hate for you to be alone.
Wait. Whoa. Sorry, I'm just really noticing this map.
Yeah.
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 Also, I'm assuming we
Yeah.
are Aaron Sorkin
Yeah.
syncing and talking at the same time.
Yeah.
That's
Of
the
course.
the
Yeah.
understanding.
It's a
yes.
stink and talk.
Okay.
It's a sink and schmooze.
I wanted to just
Yes.
because Fairlos is listening in on this, but will be actively if his sinking isn't bringing us faster, swimming down.
Yeah, I'm kind of
As-
in between this. Like, Fairlos, you're so intent. I'm in the middle, and like Dominique and River in the back. Like, we're together, but
But yeah,
you know.
that's the
So-
marching order.
Let me
As-
ask you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jen.
As we're having this conversation, is anything that Richard is telling us aligning with things that we've heard, lore that we've heard about, gods we might have heard about, things we might have learned about the old world?
Outside of recognizing Libracor, no. Libracor was the corporation that ran the power plant that you guys encountered in the first
Right,
adventure.
it has the hydrogen
Yeah.
logo.
So let me ask you something. You said that you were looking for friends, right?
Yeah.
Would you like to be my friend?
You said we were already friends.
I did. I just want to make sure you're okay with it.
I'm more than okay with it. That's what I want. I'm gonna
Oh,
tell Jetro and Harriet and Tomas about it too, and then we can all get together and all be friends.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. And friends take care of each other, right? Right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then we are friends.
Why did you sound so hesitant?
I think
on that?
because he was worried about what I had planned, but I
She
just wanted
sounded
to
like
make
she
sure.
was leading me in a direction there.
I just wanted to
Oh.
make sure that we have each other's back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, then we are friends.
Okay. You want to see me shoot a meatball?
I do.
Watch this.
That was Katie, not Dominique.
Yeah.
Oh, it was both. That is amazing. What are they made of? Where did that come from?
I don't know.
That is a mystery we will have to figure out together.
Our secondary name, our slogan is causing existential crises across the islands.
Hmm We ask the
Across the
questions.
seas.
We ask the questions you don't want answers to.
You guys arrive roughly at the level that you last spotted, not spotted, but detected Charles. And I say roughly because like it was sort of just a rough direction. You're just sort of swimming there. And you do see that the glowing red eyes of this dead creature are what's lighting up the deep. And there is a red glow that goes all along its body, which stretches for quite a ways to the north of here. And your last detection on Charles would have been towards the north as well.
What is this the skeleton of?
Some massive sea serpent.
Okay.
Have I heard of this monster?
That's a great question. Make a history check.
Sure.
Oh, I just noticed if you look at the top, you can see the faintest outline of the rest of it.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm
Don't
gonna-
worry. I have that map too.
Awesome. I'm gonna add in Dominique's
Mm.
fun.
Inspiration.
Bardic inspiration.
Thank you. 7, 8, 9, that's a 12.
A 12 will get you. I mean, you've heard of giant sea serpents before.
Specific to this area?
There are always
Does it look at all like the Kraken that we saw before? No. Okay.
no. This is
Not
much
enough
longer.
tentacles.
Yeah.
Worth an ask to see, because we knew that was a baby.
Yeah, I mean, you were
That's
right. You
absolutely
were
true, yeah.
thinking. You're thinking
Yeah, the
along my
shape-
lines.
The shape's all wrong.
Yeah.
And for Goblin's question, to this area, do I recognize like a specific? Oh yeah, there used to be like Jorgenmonder, the World Eater, in
Not-
this
not on
specific
a
area. Okay.
Not on a 12.
Okay.
Is this
Under-
as someone who as someone who grew up and also with Dominique having grown up underwater, is that something we would have known about?
Like childhood tales of be good or you'll be fed to blah blah blah.
Or is a religious thing, or a there be monsters?
Rah, rah, rah. Is there
Or
anything
there's
that will
a
give us an
continent that's that
existential
creature?
crisis?
I would say no.
Okay.
It would be very high. I'm going to say, because Furlough's already tried to roll for a history on this, but between the two of you, one of you can make a history check with advantage.
How is your?
+2.
That's better than mine, but I can give you some guidance, perhaps, as well as everything else. Telling you the stories that I know from my part of the world.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Plus
Yay.
guidance. Hang on. We
Plus
got
the
a
guidance.
D4. All right.
And you can fish for the crit while we are underwater looking at aquatic creatures.
Might as well
fish. Go fishing.
Yeah. Let's see.
Might as well fish.
Again. History. Boop.
Go ahead and
Oh.
fish.
Nope.
Okay.
Fair enough.
21.
With a 20.
Terrible. 21.
21.
Oh, 21.
Yeah.
21 tells you that this is the corpse of an ancient mythical creature that died around the same time as the creeping cold. So 1,000 years ago, it roamed the oceans, was technically an employee of the Kasari government all the way up until the end, when it was zombified by the creeping cold. And then it was sometime around that time lost to the ages, never seen again. Its name is Godrin.
Godrin. Godrin. I think it's Godrin. Do you remember
Don't-
Godrin?
What?
Don't wake him up.
I remember. Godrin. What?
Godrin.
Its surname, by the way, you know how like mythic epic
Yeah.
creatures, is Godrin the Reliable Employee.
Can anybody tell if something is undead?
Only if I want to get rid of it. Unless you're okay with a cleric being able to just tell if this is an undead before casting turn undead.
I
Especially
Can.
Okay.
I have protection from evil and good now.
Mm.
So I mean
Uh-huh.
it
It
would
would tell you, yeah.
right? It's not detect, but it's protection from. Would that
Let's look real quick. I'm leaning
It-
towards
it-
yes, regardless, but I'm going to look at
it's
the
you're
exact
protected
text.
against disadvantage on attack roll. So I guess you could try and attack it and have disadvantage, so intentionally fail your attack
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Well, no, it's
with disadvantage.
you would
So,
cast
like-
it on me, and then it would try to
Yeah.
attack me, and it would have disadvantage on
Yeah,
me.
so okay.
No, you have disadvantage on it. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's how it works.
My brain is a mess today.
All
I am
right.
sorry.
Teamwork
I am
makes the
sorry,
dream work.
audience. I am sorry.
I will
Yes.
pitch you the workaround that allows protection from evil and good to determine if something is like that. At least it may not be something you want to do, but this is the workaround. You cast protection from evil and good on somebody, and then you maybe swim down to its mouth and deliberately try to get it to poke you in the arm. If you're protected, you'll know.
Mm.
Or I could cast Detect Thoughts again.
You love that spell.
I do. I do. It's so utilitarian.
Let me just make sure there's no other way that I can get around this, but I don't think there's another way I can get around this.
I mean, the other.
It'll also tell me if there's any other sentient creatures within 30 feet.
That's fair. Do you want to cast Detect Thoughts again? Or wait, it lasts 10 minutes, doesn't it?
1 minute now.
Oh, okay. No, I think it was always 1 minute, but
Oh,
Would
yeah.
you rule that turning
No,
undead would let me know if there are undead within 30 feet of me?
Yeah, but that might just piss it off.
You know what? I'm already pissed off at it.
I understand that,
I mean,
but
why are we trying to? I mean, if
If it's as mythical as we know it to be, isn't that like an ant trying to?
yeah, and I'm also gonna go out on a limb and say that like it's got a big old glowing red eye.
detect magic on it.
it is it is emitting a pretty strong aura of necromantic magic.
Oh.
No, that was
But-
a suggestion. I did not do that. I don't have detect
Oh.
magic. Sorry.
Well, you know what? For the sake of the knowledge, I will do it. I have a first level spell slot.
For
And the answer
knowledge.
and the extra bit of knowledge that you were about to get without even needing to cast a spell is, however, this necromantic magic is a lot weaker than you would expect for something that would be needed to animate something of this size.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that like if it were like undead to the point of like wanting to rise up and like eat at us, it probably would have done that. I'm gonna wager that there's something keeping it alive. But like it's not like it's just there. And I feel like we were trying to figure this out unnecessarily. Like we don't necessarily need a reason. It's just like there.
I just want to know why it's glowing.
Well, that would probably be the necromantic part of it.
It also could be that it has bioluminescent creatures that now live in it, or bacteria that live in it. There are many different reasons it could be.
I'd like everyone to make a perception check.
Sure.
Cool.
14.
21.
12.
Ooh,
Ooh. Ooh.
22.
What's up,
20
underwater girls?
22 is going to let you spot hanging from one of its teeth on the bottom part of its jaw a necklace of some kind.
Does
Oh.
a 21?
21 misses it, 22 gets it.
Wow.
I will. There's a necklace of some sort there. Do you see that?
You want me to get it?
Hold on.
Was Charles wearing a necklace of any kind?
With it being pointed out to you, Dominique, 21 now is enough for you to see it.
Do I recognize it?
Not from here.
Was Charles wearing a necklace?
No. Well, maybe he was. That
My
doesn't-
impulse control is gone now. I'm going to get it.
If if so, this is not his necklace. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Rivulette, do you want to go with her and I'll stay here with him?
Yes. Yes.
That way, someone familiar with the depths is.
Jen
there
is
too.
going anglerfish, anglerfish, anglerfish.
Fairless is like, this is not where Charles is. That's not his necklace. We should just go.
But ancient
it doesn't-
treasures.
It really doesn't take you very long to get down there and grab it. It is hanging off of his tooth if you'd like to take it.
Well, once I'm here, now I'm going to investigate.
Okay.
My impulse control may be gone, but I still have intelligence.
It is.
Is that the source of the magic? That
It is the source of some of the magic, but not the necromantic magic.
Interesting.
This is. You have to give me 1 second.
Of course.
Enchantment.
Hmm.
Does it look safe to pull off of the tooth?
Oh yeah, it's just hanging there.
I'm gonna grab
Could
it with my
enchant-
sword.
Nice. All right. Well, it comes off. Nothing happens. Actually,
Okay.
nothing happens at first.
Yes.
Yeah, this is what I was worried about. Could enchantment bind something?
And then the head that it is hanging, that is part, the jaw is part of, you hear, and in water, the sounds are much, much deeper and louder.
Cool.
You hear, and the whole head falls
Put it
off from
back,
where
put
it's
it back,
hanging
put it back,
over
put it back, put it.
and falls down into the hole. And it's
Oh.
falling, and it's falling. Hits the ground at the bottom.
How far did it fall?
No, I broke it.
I'd say, and not just that, but the rest of its body also starts to fall apart.
Oh no, I really broke it.
Essequa, I think it was already broken.
Yeah.
How far? You guess maybe for the amount of time that it took for it to fall, something that big and that which should be able to plunge through the water pretty quickly. Probably another 1,000 feet.
Did
Okay.
it seem like the collapsing started at the tooth? Where?
Everywhere, all
That-
at once.
Okay, so did it's. What I'm trying to do is Sherlock this out to see if I can
Gotcha.
get anything about what the necklace was, if that was related to the magic of the necklace, or if
Almost
that was
certainly. I mean,
unrelated.
yeah, it was immediate. Like you being away, you weren't down with her, I think, right? You were more. You stayed back.
I was
Those
a,
two-
a
no.
little. I went down with
Rivulet
Essequa.
and yeah.
Anyone observing it would far enough away to observe both it and the creature at the same time, both the necklace grab and the creature at the same time. As soon as that came off, whatever was stabilizing and holding this thing together failed, and it just started to crumble.
When that happens, I'm gonna look over at the marionette that is now Dominique's
holding his
friend.
hand.
Does he have any reaction to this?
That's crazy.
Right?
On closer inspection, does the necklace look like a green velvet ribbon?
What is the
The
Literary
ghost
significance.
story of the woman with the
Oh.
green ribbon.
Mhm.
When you take it off, her head falls off, and
no?
it was my Halloween costume last year.
This
Uh.
is make an investigation check, both
Mhm.
Essequa
Yeah.
and Rivulet.
That's +4 for me. Okay. Character sheet. Nope. I also want to point out, just because I've been thinking about this since we hit the
14, I can throw
water.
guidance on there too.
I just want to say, since I've been thinking about this since we hit the water, Essequa swims like an alligator.
Oh yes,
Like
Oh,
it's
yes.
It
Yes.
is extremely like.
Oh,
yes.
Excuse me.
Do
Okay, an
the
18?
I have an exam. I didn't mention something really important when we hit the water. Riv sprouts a tail.
Is it like an axolotl tail?
It's a mermaidish tail.
Okay.
Yeah. It would be very cool if I was an actual, but I'm not. I really do love that idea though. That's so cool.
So you got an iguana and an axolotl just. Mrr, 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 mrr.
I'm kind of really loving that.
18 investigation. This is probably an old Kasari magic item, which they used to make in bulk for certain purposes, called an amulet of health.
That's what Latia thought.
Interesting. thing.
Essequa still has no idea what this is.
Furlos.
Yeah.
Charles is further north of here for sure.
Has he pinged again on
No.
the? Okay.
But From
Well,
what your understanding of direction and everything, you know he was not here. He was near here.
yeah. Fairless has been antsy this whole time, but needs backup. And so while the two of them are down investigating the necklace, that's why she had looked at what the marionette did when all this happened. So him saying, it's obvious this is not something that he was unhappy about or expecting. So she's going to go, What direction do we have to go to see your lady?
That way.
Is that north?
North and kind of like he's also pointing a little bit down.
Okay. All right, if the two of you are done investigating, we gotta go.
Yes. Feel bad, but yes.
It don't feel bad. We've got other things to feel bad about later. I'm gonna.
Fine.
Fair.
So here you follow the creature, the serpentine creature's body north. You find yourself at another crevasse where it looks like the creature's tail finally ends right before you hit a sheer cliff.
Is that a cabin?
That is, in
house.
fact, a house of some kind, but it is shaped like a massive treasure chest.
How cute.
Is
Is
that
that her house?
where
That's
you
where she
all?
lives. Yeah.
Oh, look top. Look, you have to scroll up. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Also, look at the little octopus.
I know. And I've loved the jellyfish all through here. They're so pretty. Do you think you could introduce us to her?
Oh, absolutely. She'd be happy to meet you, and maybe I could
Okay.
introduce you. Maybe I could introduce you to the other guy too.
Who's the other guy?
I think he said his name was Oberon.
Oberon.
Yeah,
That's a very fancy name.
he gave her powers.
Yeah,
She was already pretty cool.
Hmm?
She says she was already pretty cool, but he made her even better.
Well, hopefully we get to meet him too. I assume I recognize the name Oberon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Lord of the
Yeah.
the Feywild, specifically Feywildian Ocean Unseelie Court.
Awesome.
W
Love
the
this.
FFOUC.
The
The Fook.
The Fook.
Fook.
Lord of the Fook.
Just so you know, I don't think Fairlos knows who that is, and Fairlos is in the lead, like swimming with intent towards this house to do harm.
Fairlos.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's someone very important we might meet here. If there is a gentleman.
They're not
Do
a
not-
gentleman if they've been taken off crewmates.
No, trust me. If there is a gentleman, do not piss him off.
I mean, Fairlo
Trust
needs.
me.
I get this, but Fairlo needs the bluntness. This guy's pretty powerful, potentially, and we can't do that.
That will make Fairlos stop and like turn towards the two of you and regard you both and go, I reserve the right to hit things, but I will not hit things right away. How about that?
Thank
I-
you.
I would deeply suggest you do not hit him, as he is one of the most powerful beings in the depths.
And so is my hammer, but I will let you talk first.
I love Fairlo so much.
This is her crewmate just got taken. Her first time being a
She's the
captain,
captain.
and someone has absconded with one of her crew.
What would you guys
Okay.
like to do?
It is only
next?
because she trusts the three of you that she is not going to continue to swim forward and knock on the door with her hammer.
I am going to let which marionette are we with again?
Richard.
No, Richard.
Richard.
Richard, would you lead the way and introduce us to your friend?
Absolutely, not a problem. Come on.
Thank you. And
And he's gonna like swim,
holding
but of
his
course,
hand.
yeah, he's still being held.
Yeah.
I'll let them
I
go
picture-
ahead.
What do I know about proper etiquette for meeting
Okay.
the leaders of the court? Because I would brief
It
everyone
is.
beforehand.
It is very traditionally Fey. Yeah. Don't give them your name; they will take it from you. Don't accept gifts unless you're willing to explicitly outline what the cost of those gifts are. Pay very close attention to the exact words that they are using. All right.
Work if the name you give is not your name.
Well, I guess you can find out.
By give, just so I'm understanding, you mean if someone says, "Can I have your name?" and you say it, you've now given it to them. But if you say, "You can call me," that's not giving a name. That is
essentially correct. Yes.
okay.
You
Just
just gotta
making
pay attention to exact words, sort of deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys continue forward, he is going to knock on the door. Mistress, we got friends, more friends. And let's move you inside the house, which is much larger on the inside than it appears on the outside.
Yay!
TARDIS
Love a TARDIS
house!
house.
I mean, it's a Feywild house.
Yeah. It tracks.
Oh, she's pretty.
It's a
Oh.
TARDIS chest.
Keep doing that, and I don't mean to do that. Sorry,
Oh,
chat.
That is so cool. That is so cool.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, she's beautiful.
I love her.
I want that to be my Halloween costume.
No, I love the cage tutu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She is spinning and dancing with 4 very ocean themed zombies.
This is not a chest. This is a music box.
Mhm.
I had a feeling, but yeah.
You nailed
Like-
it on the head.
Like I knew that she was giving off music box vibes, but you said treasure chest, and now she's in the middle of it spinning. Absolutely, this is the music. And I
That was
love all of-
that was a deliberate mislead. Ha ha.
Ha
All right,
Anyway,
but she is-
anyway, I love her.
And they
Are
are
we-
dancing around her as well.
Are we coming in at the top or the bottom,
bottom.
of the map?
Bottom.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
bottom.
skeleton, what does it appear to be?
What skeleton?
That's at the bottom of the map, to the right, slightly. Not fully.
Oh.
Around. Yeah, I was about to say I could drag you to it real quick.
I see.
That is.
I don't see.
It's
Hold on.
right next to me.
That is very, very old.
Oh, my eyes aren't that good. Okay.
It is a little dark. But there is a skeleton here in this space,
Got it.
which is still underwater, although there is light coming from some source above. That looks like, if you look up, there is a space above the water here, where there's maybe an air pocket above, and light is coming down from in the air pocket above.
Interesting.
I'm going to. Dominique does not look up.
Mhm.
I'm just adding a little character flavor here.
Fair.
Verlos will, and Verlos will look everywhere because now that she's in a mindset of letting others who might know a little bit more about what we're walking into do the talking, she's going to be on alert for being attacked and also looking for Charles. Those are the 2 things that she is going to be paying attention to find.
And the entity at the center here is just dancing away. The skeleton, all you can tell from it is, 1, it has nothing on it. It's just a skeleton. It looks humanoid. Maybe human, maybe elf. It's human-sized. And it is extremely old.
Okay.
Is there anything else, just like passive perception style, walking in here, passive investigation style, like things that we
There-
might notice?
There are air bubbles being generated by some of the rocks near the bottom. It does look like this maybe was some sort of temple once upon a time.
There is a image on the floor under her.
Yes.
Does that resemble? And this is
The,
partly
s-
me
the
not
Star
remembering.
Dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
Cool.
Wow.
Okay. I'm going to
Because this is a symbol of the god in the dream.
Verlos in the back of her head is just like, I'm going to kill my god's wife. Oh, no.
I am going to let Richard carry me forward and just be smiling and looking like I am very excited and interested in meeting new people.
I am looking at the time,
Oh yeah.
Mm,
and you could finish. I don't think you're gonna finish.
Yeah.
we
Not
wouldn't
with
want to
this
rush
group.
it.
Yeah.
Whatever is about to happen, I don't want to rush it. That
Yeah,
is
let's take our
especially
time with it.
if we got to talk to Faye. I don't want
Mhm.
I don't want the talkers in this group to need to feel like they need to rush through anything.
Understandable. So I think we are going to call it here. I think we agreed we were going to have an episode next week instead of a bonus action,
Yeah.
unless I'm completely missing it.
Yes.
So we will be able to resume this next week. Our holiday schedule will be a little bit scarcer than we have for the rest of the year. We'll talk a little bit more about the exactness of what that means when the time gets a little closer. But for sure, we're instead of doing bonus action next week, we're going to have a regular episode. And I'm
Yay.
going, before I toss it off to all of y'all to give your shout outs or plugs, Cartography by Cze and Peku. Sorry. Cartography by Cze and Peku Sci-Fi, maps by Luke Stratton, maps by Eightfold Paper, music by Tabletop Audio, which I love this track, by the way. Character tokens by Greek 46, custom tokens by Cze and Peku Tokens, overlays by Brian Podell of Exploding Dice, and custom world map by frecklesketches. And just to be clear, most of the new tokens you've seen with the borders that kind of they look a little different than what we've been using. These have been the Cze and Peku tokens, which they have a new thing for. So check that out if you like the look of these things. You can customize them. So like I could make a dozen different versions of this ballerina at the center if I really wanted to.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And just to make sure we don't miss it, thank you to Billith and Strike Red Kite for moderating. And let's pass it on to the next person.
Let's see. Remember, everybody, you can use the code from Idle Champions all week up until 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the Saturday night before our next episode. So you got that going for you. My name is Katie Downey, aka Goblin Katie, and I do this. And then on Thursday nights, you can catch me over on Unmade Gaming channel, where I am in a game of Vaesen. Vaesen? I'm not sure which pronounce.
I think it's
Vaesen. I think it's Vaesen. But we are playing a game of Vaesen that is super fun and really dark and absolutely delightful. So you can catch me over there at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday nights. Other than that, catch me on all the socials at Goblin Katie.
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. You can keep up with what I'm doing at lauren-urban.com. I'm going to remind you that daylight savings is happening. It's already happened in England, I believe, and it's happening for those of us in America next week. So double check your clocks, double check when things are happening, especially hopefully by the time you get to later on in the afternoon, you will have figured out that the time has changed. But, you know, heads up, at least the next week, time is going to be weird. Because that's just the way our world works sometimes.
Time is a soup.
Time is a
makes
soup.
sense. We're going to meet with the Fae when time
Yeah.
gets weird.
Of
Yep.
course, time's got to get weird with the Fae. As far as what I'll be doing on Tuesday, I am playing in a Humblewood game that is on the Phoenix Iwaki channel. Wednesdays and Thursdays, you can find me on the Dungeon Scrawlers channel playing Orkira Plays Baldur's Gate 3. We're about to finish Act 1. Yay! Friday is the premiere of Shadows over Baldur's Gate, which is on Crit Hit Chronicles starting at 7 p.m. Central, so 5 p.m. Pacific. Time is a soup. And then this weekend, I'm going to be doing stuff with Dungeon Scrawlers for Extra Life. I'm on a game on Saturday, and I'm producing a game on Sunday. And I'm going to also remind everybody about something that I posted about today. Hey, we're getting into November and December, which is a ridiculous time for a lot of different reasons. There's also going to be a ton of charity things that are going to be happening. Lots of really good people doing lots of really cool things for lots of really amazing causes. It can be stressful. We understand you can't go to every single one. You can't donate to every single one. You can't watch every single one. We appreciate any help that you can give, but please take care of yourself because nobody... don't feel like you have to just because everybody's doing things. Not everybody's doing things. Trust me. So take care of yourself. Do what you can. We love you. Who's next?
You can always share notices. If you can't donate and the cause is important to you, share notices that something's going on. That's a huge help.
Yep.
It's true. Yeah. I'm Jen Kretschmer. You can find me on the interwebs as at DreamWisp. Also, we didn't mention you can follow us on all the socials. You can follow this show as
Yes.
Players and Book. We are on YouTube. We are on all the various platforms of things, and we post all of the updates in terms of schedule and shows and things there. Episodes go up on YouTube for VOD. So if you want to keep up with all of the weird scheduling stuff that's happening with us, those are the places to do that if you aren't already following. And also, if you want to support the amazing artists who make our maps and tokens and things, one of the ways to do that is to help us support them, which is, subscribe to the channel. You can use your Amazon Prime sub or various things. So I'm just going to do those plugs as well as please go make sure you are registered to vote if you're in the US, vote.gov, and have a plan for election day for yourself, for your friends and family. If you can vote early, please go do that. It's important, and care about where we are in the world and what we're doing. It's important to support folks and be engaged with our civic processes.
Real quick to piggyback on something
An
Jen
Extra Life, 9 p.m. to midnight, Shadow of the Demon Lord on Saturday, the second into the third.
Second is Saturday, yeah. Piggybacking on Jen, special thank you to Buzz Lightyear and the Lurking Writer for the gifted subs this evening. We appreciate that. Thank you. And I'm done.
Okay, I've stopped dying. I'm Latia Jaquise. I got nothing going on except trying to not die. But come hang out on Blue Sky because I'm trying to spend more time there now. So Blue Sky at latiajaquise.com. Because the rest of the world is a vampire. That's me. Theo just walked in.
And with that, I am Jeremiah Cimmerian. You can find me at D Cimmerian on pretty much every social there is. Well, the ones that I have, I guess, not every social. And I don't have an outro, so don't die. And I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.